Hey, what's up everybody and welcome to Geography Repo. Today we are talking about a tiny little strip of water that is so important, so critical, that if it ever shut down, well, the whole global economy could just completely implode. So let's get right into why this one strait has the entire world on a string.
Okay, first, let's just try to wrap our heads around the numbers here. We're talking about a full 25%, a quarter of everything the world trades by sea. Your phone, your clothes, the car parts, pretty much everything. It all has to sail through this one little spot. That is just an unbelievable amount of traffic.
But for one country, it gets even more serious. For China, the second biggest economy on the planet, the stakes are just stratospheric. A massive 80%, that's 4 out of every 5 barrels of oil they import, has to go through this exact same waterway. You cut that off, the entire country could grind to a halt.
And here it is. This is the place. All of that trade, all of that oil has to squeeze through this narrow, crowded, and honestly super vulnerable channel called the Strait of Malacca. It's the only real link between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific, and it is the absolute heart of the story we're telling today. So what is it that makes this little strait one of the most important spots on the entire globe? Why do people call it the world's busiest and maybe its most dangerous ocean highway? Well, it all comes down to a concept called a maritime choke point. The easiest way to think about it is like a single-lane tunnel on a superhighway. Everybody has to slow down and squeeze through that one point, and if there's any kind of blockage, an accident, a conflict, you name it, the traffic jam backs up for miles. And in this case, it backs up across the entire global economy, almost instantly.
And the amount of traffic we're talking about here is it's insane. Get this, over 60,000 ships sail through this channel every single year. If you break that down, it's more than 160 ships every single day. That kind of congestion in such a narrow spot, it creates a huge vulnerability.
And that massive vulnerability brings us to the main character in our story today, China. You see, for all of its incredible economic power, this one little strait is its biggest weakness. It's a problem so massive, it actually has its own name, the Malacca Dilemma.
And this chart really just says it all, doesn't it? A staggering 80% of the oil that fuels China's factories, cars, and cities has to pass through this one choke point. For a country like China, that is a terrifying dependency. It means their entire economic engine is at the mercy of a shipping lane that they have absolutely no control over.
Now, this isn't some new fear they just thought of. This has been keeping leaders in Beijing up at night for decades. In fact, way back in 2003, the Chinese leader at the time, Hu Jintao, was the one who coined the term. He called it the Malacca Dilemma, basically putting an official name on this giant strategic headache.
So what do you do when your entire nation's future depends on a route you can't control? Well, you come up with a great escape plan, right? And China has been pouring billions and billions of dollars into a massive strategy to try and break free from the stranglehold of the Strait of Malacca.
And their plan really has 3 big parts. First up, build massive overland pipelines, go right through countries like Myanmar and Pakistan to create a land-based bypass around the sea route. Second, get control and influence over key ports all across the Indian Ocean. This is a strategy people call the String of Pearls, and it creates a network of friendly spots for their ships. And third, and this is a big one, build a huge, powerful navy that can protect all those ships that still have to make that long, dangerous journey.
Okay, but this is where the plot really thickens. Because in this giant game of global chess, every big move has a countermove. And it just so happens that China's massive neighbor, India, is holding a geographic ace up its sleeve that changes everything.
And here it is. This is India's ultimate trump card, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Just look at where they are. They sit there like a giant, unsinkable aircraft carrier parked right at the front door of the Strait of Malacca. From these islands, India can watch and, if it ever needed to, control every single ship that goes in or out. And for centuries, these islands have basically been the silent sentinels of the Indian Ocean. They've just sat there, watching empires rise and fall, watching traders come and go, all while guarding one of the most vital sea lanes in human history. Today, that geography gives India an incredible amount of power.
And India isn't taking this advantage for granted, no way. They're actually doubling down. This map here shows their proposed island chain strategy.
The plan is to link up their own island territories with other friendly nations to create this huge defensive net across the entire Indian Ocean, and it's a very clear countermove to China's string of pearls. So what we're really watching here is a new great game playing out in real time, a huge strategic rivalry across the waves. And believe me, this isn't just a two-player game. The entire world is watching this very, very closely.
And when you boil it all down, the goals are actually pretty simple. China is desperate to secure its economic lifeline and finally solve its Malacca dilemma. And India is using its killer geography to push back and make sure it remains the #1 security power in the region.
And then there's the third major player watching this whole chess match from above, the United States. Now, the US Navy is constantly patrolling these waters to make sure they stay open for everybody. But, and this is a huge but, if a major conflict were to ever break out, the US has the power to shut the strait down completely. They hold the ultimate wild card.
So you have this incredible, high-stakes standoff. You've got one power trying to escape a geographic trap, and another power that literally is the trap. It's a global chess game with no easy moves left and no checkmate in sight. The only real question is, who is going to blink first? Thanks so much for watching. If you found this as fascinating as I do, make sure you subscribe to Geography Repo for more deep dives into the stories that are shaping our world.